welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be using the Uber Chic mat, which is a silicone mat. It's very flexible. I'm going to make decals today instead of doing the design directly on my nails. So I'm going to start off by using the Jordana. It's a base coat and top coat in one. So I'm going to start by applying like maybe a couple coats or just a nice generous coat of this polish to all the nails on the mat. You know, this will make it easier to remove off the mat. So I'm gonna do this to all five images. So now that that's all done, I'm gonna go ahead and just wait for it to dry before I, start filling it in with the nail polish. So for this next step, I am going to be using China Glaze, soft sienna silk, Nicole by OPI, which is a glitter, in my stocking, and the Color Club in the color Rebel Spirit. I will link these polishes in the description below. I'm not 100% sure they're still available. I've had these polishes for quite some time, but yeah, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply all these three polishes. Really? Ooh, okay, so I'm going to apply the three polishes to each template individually, and I'm going to go ahead and work my way through each nail individually before they dry. So let me show you how I do that. I will be using this really thin nail art brush that I purchased on eBay a while back. Very inexpensive. It came in a set of 12 for like $3.99, I think. Very inexpensive. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start off by applying this one. I'm going to do a nice generous amount and work with it while it's still wet, because they work better that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and just swipe it. Be generous. You don't want just like that. Now while they're still wet, I'm going to go ahead and just drag my brush. Oops, sorry. It got dried up. So I like to wet it a little. So wet it like that. Just like that. If you want, you can do the same thing and drag it back. But I usually just like to drag it one way. Like so. I'm going to do that to every single one of them. I apply soft sienna silk on the left, Nicole by OPI, the glitter polish in the middle. Sorry about that noise, that's my child, she's a bit sick. And this color. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing that I did with the other one. So I'm just gonna drag. You can see that some of the brown came on this side. You can just drag back. It doesn't look horrible. Gonna make for an interesting design. On to the next one. Do that to all 5 fingers. Let me put a little more because it's not opaque enough. So the cool thing about this is, you know, you can do this and then just walk away and get things done around the house. You know, you can go throw a load of laundry and not worry about getting your nails messed up. You can go to the bathroom, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I like about doing decals. So you could just wait for it to dry and then you will have pretty much like a sticker, I guess. That's what you want to, I guess we can call it that. If you want not to have a mess, I have a tissue nearby, so I'm just going to clean it off every time I swipe. Makes for easy. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not making sense. I'm so focused here, but yeah, it makes it for easier application when I'm cleaning and swiping. Okay, anyways, what do I just said there? And we're almost done. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect. That's the best thing about this type of nail art, is if it looks messy, it looks actually very interesting. Because it's just a blend of all colors together. There we go. On to the next. And we're going to do the same thing. Same thing. I like how that looks. Looks very interesting. You can't really tell, maybe, through the camera. But it looks really nice with the mixture of the glitter in between those two colors. So, last nail and we're done. Now, when you apply it to your nail, you're going to have to apply a base coat to your nail so that the decal has something to adhere to. Oops, I'm getting confused here. Trying to work hard. Trying to work fast, I mean. You know, it's kind of difficult to, I mean, I love doing my nails. When I was younger, I would do my nails every day. But now that I'm a mom, it gets a little more challenging because once I have my nails painted, for some reason, the kids need something. And when the kids need something, you need to use your hands. So it's not always that simple. So doing decals is a good way to, you know, make some nail art and just slap it on your nails and there you go. So I'm going to allow all this to dry for maybe 20 minutes because they're kind of, yeah, I added a lot of polish on there and it's going to take a while. So I'm going to leave it for 20 minutes and I'll be back and then we're going to peel it off. The decals are nice and dry, so I'm going to go ahead and use a cuticle pusher to remove them from the mat. The way I do it, I just go back and forth slowly. I don't want to rip the knee, the nail. I was gonna say the knee. The decal. It's kind of challenging because it's so thin, but once we get started, I mean, once we get through the middle, it gets easier. So the cuticle pusher is made out of like rubber. So that helps a lot, because if it were a wooden cuticle pusher, it might just puncture through the nail polish. It's very thin, as you can see. So I'm going to do this to all the decals, all the way through. Almost done. You can always do these ahead of time and just save them for when you want to put them on your nail, kind of like stickers. Or you could just do it the day you want to put them on. It's really up to you. So as you guys can see, that's what it looks like. Now I'm going to do that to all the other ones. Well, I'm already done. As you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I had a really tough time with this one because it was thinner. I didn't apply as much polish to it, so it was challenging, but yeah, I got it off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a base coat. I'm going to use this one that I bought at Sally's Beauty Supply, and I'm not going to let it fully dry. I'm just going to like put it on and let it get a little tacky, and then place this on top of the base. But before I do all that, I'm going to go ahead and apply Bliss that's a tongue twister. Bliss Kiss Simply Peel Latex Barrier. So I'm going to be applying this to I'm gonna apply this around my cuticle, so when I go to apply this on my nails, there's gonna be leftover. So when I place it on my nail, I want to be able to remove it with like acetone or whatever, and I don't want it to sorry, my camera's out of focus there. So when I place this on my nail, as you can see, I got all that extra polish on the side. We don't want that to stay like that, obviously, so I'm going to just go around with some acetone and just remove it. And I don't want my skin around the nail to get too messy, so I'm just going to be using this. So I'm going to be applying this to all my nails. Applied the top coat to my nails, and I'm gonna allow it to get a little bit tacky. As you guys can see, the latex hasn't fully dried yet, so I'm gonna wait maybe a couple minutes for it to set in, and yeah, we'll get started on applying the decals to the nails. As you guys can see, my middle fingernail is not long, it's short. I accidentally broke it this past week. I was really sad. But I was going to file the rest of the nails to the same size, but then I thought, no, I'm just going to let it be. It's okay. I just hate to cut my nails when one of them breaks. Because it takes me forever to grow my nails. So yeah, that's my little story there. Well, my base coat is already tacky. I'm going to go ahead and start applying the decals to them now. So it doesn't matter which ones you choose. I'm gonna go ahead and start. Make sure the shiny side is up, not the dull side. So I'm gonna go ahead and just place it on top of my nail like so, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the cuticle pusher to help me set it in. If you hear a chainsaw in the background, that is the neighbors. I'm out of breath because I was getting some stuff done. Now here we go. You can use your finger also. Sorry if my camera's not in focus, but that's what happens when you're working with glitter polishes. Sometimes it just... There, we're wrapping it around. So I'm going to be using this brush and I'm going to dip it in acetone, and I am just going to go around the edges and remove the polish. You guys can see the polish is separating from the nail. Sorry, going a little hard time there. It's a little challenging when the nail polish is being stubborn right now. But yeah, it's melting away. It's coming along. As you guys can see, already the polish already came off. It's just like melting away. And I'm just wiping the brush on the side with something. Let me remove this now. It's like melting in front of my eyes. See that? I need to really clean that real good. I'm going to go ahead with the Q-tip and go over it. But that's how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and do that to all the nails. I'm going to go ahead, this one. It's a little tacky. Sometimes when you place it on the nail, it's going to look horrible because it wrinkles up a little. But don't worry. It will melt right in when you apply the top coat. The top coat is what seals the deal and makes the nail look nice. It's all in the top coat, ladies. The top coat works wonders. It's all about the top coat. You could stretch it a little if you guys could tell. I kind of tugged on it. There's a wrinkle forming right there, so I'm going to pull it back slowly and set it back down and do that again there. And I'm going to go ahead and use the cuticle pusher again. Cuticle pushers come in very handy when it comes to projects like this. As you guys can see, the cuticle pusher seems to be ripping it apart, which is a good thing. Which is really good, I guess. You see that? I won't be needing the acetone after all. So I'm going to go ahead and use the acetone again to get this polish to come off. This one is really thick actually, that's why I'm having a harder time. Now I go in with the cuticle pusher and separate it where I applied the acetone, and that should take it right off. You guys can see it's coming off. It's kind of tricky sometimes, but you know, it's just takes patience. Lots of patience. And if you like nail art like myself, then this won't be a problem. You'll actually enjoy yourself while you're doing this. For me, this is like me time. Like it's my time to just do nothing and just do my nails and focus on my nails. And this part is really thick. But we're coming through with it. It's coming off. I'm using the brush with acetone to cut off the edge as you guys can see. It's very thick on there, so I'm trying to, there we go. I don't want to tear off too much and then be left without polish on my nail. So there you go, I have that. I'm going to continue this all the way around. Oops. Until we are finished. So I'm cleaning, set it now. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up everything else real quick. It looks messy right now because I got the latex on the sides, but trust me, once this is all done and the top coat is added, it will look really nice. It's just the part of putting it on. Now I'm going to use a cuticle pusher to help me remove that excess part right here. You just like to, yeah, there, we see we removed it. It's just excess product right there. I usually just put it under the nail and then go off under it with the brush. Sorry, I'm out of the camera. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now and let the top coat fix it, because to be honest, the top coat does wonders. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. This is really bugging me. So I'm gonna go ahead and give me a second. There we go. So once I put top coat, it will smooth this part out. So I'm going to refresh one of my nails and add a little bit of base coat because it kind of dried a little too much. Just add a little bit. What's going on? Why am I not getting in here? I'm almost out of base coat. I need to refill my shelf. Okay. It's really wet, so I'm just going to go for it. I've never done it like this actually, with the wet base coat. I always go on tacky because I'm always afraid to smudge it. So I'm going to go ahead and just try and see what happens if I go straight in with the wet base coat. Okay, that feels kind of slippery. Hope I don't mess this up. So this is interesting. It's going on with nicely. I was afraid it would like slip all over the place and make a big mess. So I managed to get the middle finger done. It's a little sloppy on the edges, but I'm going to clean it up with acetone in a minute. So since that seemed to work with the base coat wet, I had never tried it like that before. But I'm going to go ahead and do that again because it got dry. It's not, and I'm not going to wait for it to get tacky. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I think the only part that is not good when the base coat is wet is like it's a little messier. I had a hard time removing the edges because it was kind of moving around. So I'm thinking about putting it on right now like this and leaving it on until the base coat dries. That way this doesn't move around. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to just continue with the next nail and then finish it off. Let's see, like so. It's a bit crooked. There we go. So we're gonna leave it on like that. I'm gonna come back, let it dry, come back to it and finish it off by removing everything around it. and then applying the top coat to it. And after that, we will be done. So I finished the rest off camera because my camera's memory got full, and yeah, so here I am once again. I'm finished with this. I already took off everything. I took off all the edges. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some base coat, and for some reason I'm always tightening the caps too hard on these bottles. It's so annoying. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a nice layer of top coat to the nails. Make sure you seal the edge. So here we are, almost done. Yeah, this seemed like a very lengthy process, but it's not that hard once you get the hang of it. You can do the decals a day before or a week before, save them in a Ziploc baggie, and use them when you're ready to do your nails. But yeah, this is the finished product. I'm almost done. Don't forget to seal the edges like so, and there you have it. You guys can see the top coat made the look come together. But yeah, here we go. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment and subscribe. Say hello in the comment section below. Let me know you're there, you're watching, and see you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.